he's like just completely owned JJ, but at the same time, JJ's completely owned Dan. So this is a much more even grand finals that we could see here, I think.
Yeah.
On paper, anyway.
Yeah, definitely on paper. Dan checking out the, actually that card is where JJ gets his tag, the Garabon tag, is that card from, I forget the name of the card game. But,
Super Yu-Gi-Oh! Brothers.
Same.
Duel Masters, thank you.
Sage. Duel Masters, JJ, big player in that, and that's where he gets his tag from. For everyone wondering where the Garabon tag comes from, it is from the game Duel Masters, and JJ has the card on his keychain.
And so here we go, Smashville, Dan the Mario Man on the right, JJROCKETS the pink Diddy Kong on the left, and this is a matchup that is just kind of defying 2016 almost, is the Ally Zero matchup.
Yeah.
Specifically, and like how Mario does versus Diddy Kong, and you know, the Midwest has been pretty adamant that Diddy Kong is like the best character in the game for a while because of how dominant players like JJROCKETS and Zenodo have been.
Very true.
But Mario has a pretty good chance of doing some serious damage to a Diddy Kong metagame.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people say that Mario does well in this matchup. Man, Dan approaching with that fair, getting some huge damage there. Trying to get another one, kind of feeling himself there with some fair spikes. There's another one. I respect it.
Trying to read a very high get back onto the stage here. Wasn't quite there, but you know, Dan, he understands that risk reward very well and how high a reward that spike would be.
Trying to catch JJ, picking up that banana, tosses out the F smash. JJ not giving it to him though. We're both at very high percents, and Dan just following him to the ground, meeting him with the forehead.
Excellent weight on that up smash from Dan. Like, he could have waited out an air dodge. You saw that JJ had an aerial primed and ready to go, but you know that anti-air is an anti-air for a reason.
Aptly named. JJ getting rid of those fireballs with the monkey feet. Good weight there. Lots of shield poke, lots of shield pressure, but missing the grab, and Dan able to get some huge stage control, but JJ doesn't even care.
He tried to, I think, banana to grab, and that whiffed, giving JJ that window to down tilt, and very great awareness on that punish from JJ.
I like the patience not to follow up on that banana connection. JJ just, ooh, man. Staying in shield there as I finish that sentence.
Dan is just trying to find ways to get these big punishes. That's the thing where, like, Diddy Kong can get super behind in this matchup, is it takes really 2 combos for Dan to really get a bunch of damage onto JJ. JJ needs like 6 or 7 combos to get Mario to this kill percent range, because his combos always do like 15 to 20%.
Right.
Mario's combos do like at least 30, sometimes 45, 50.
That was disgusting. That fair went right through the fireball and continued into hitting Dan. Like, you think he had a safe wall there. Nah.
Not enough here. Mario gonna live. He's a pretty fat plumber.
Huh? What?
He has waited.
He just clapped that man's overalls and nothing happened.
He just barely graced it, just like right there.
No.
Try to steal his button.
Try to grab that corduroy. It's very intense here. Efro actually not going to take it that high percent, even with a little bit of range there.
Dan really has not found a window back into this neutral. Once he finds it, he can maybe get in there, but nope. The football punt throw. I'm going to make sure. No chances for Dan in this game 1.
JJ actually taking game 1 here. Coming from loser's side, he has to reset and then win grands if he has any hope of taking home first place here.
Would not be shocked to see him do that. This is not unfamiliar territory here for JJROCKETS. He's been on both sides of a grand finals before. So let's take a look. This might be one of those sets where we see 10 straight games on Smashville.
I would not doubt that one bit.
Rocking out to this this 2 a.m. I believe it's 2 a.m.
Oh, man. He went for the back air just because I think that's literally what he had to go for. The DI was behind him. But had he got that fair, that actually could have been pretty devastating pretty early.
Unfortunately for Dan, JJ was not in the position to fall victim for that. Very good awareness on JJ's part, though. And we got the ledge trap game once again, though. And this is... Dan really couldn't find a way out of it in game 1.
Again, he's having some real trouble here. JJ just refusing to let this man touch the stage.
That's a problem.
Hold. Oh, man, I like the look. That was a good look from JJ there. That was an even better look from Dan, though. Neither of them getting too much mileage off those great attempts.
I like Dan's footsie game. Like, even in the very few moments where he's been in neutral, his footsie game has been pretty nice. He just stays grounded the whole time. Doesn't go for any, like, crazy short hops. He's only doing, like, retreating short hops to try and bait JJ into approaching. Oh!
I actually thought that was JJ flying off the side.
Dan had the forward smash prime, that's why. When you're charging those smash attacks, it gives you a little bit of extra knockback, and that made sure that that backer was going to kill. Nice bait again from Dan. He understands that these forward airs could be his ticket back into this game. But JJ is pressuring so well on Smashville. I'm kind of questioning the run back here after JJ played so great on Smashville Game 1.
I think we could... I honestly think you're right. I think it could be 10 straight games of Smashville.
If I'm Dan, well, if I were Dan's coach, and I mean I'm just on his team, what do I know about this game? I would question going to Smashville again, especially if this turns into a 2-stock, which JJ is playing out of his mind at the moment. So well. And look at this, another great ledge trap setup. Back throw, almost enough to even take the stock here. Like, this is vintage JJ.
This is vintage JJ. With 2 stacks here. Oh, man, those barrels? No, they're good, they're good. I didn't even see him pull that banana. I was like, where'd that banana come from? Oh, just misspacing that a tiny bit there. JJ gets the grab and the reverse football punt throw.
And they're comboing out of the fireball, gonna give Dan another glimmer of hope. While as long as he's alive, he's got the back throw, he's got the stock. Rage Mario can make magic happen at any moment in time, guys. This is not out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, man, Rage Mario killing off the top is a terrifying thing that is in the back of everybody's mind. But JJ's like, nah, we good. It's not in the back of my mind.
Nah, I'm just gonna seal the deal with another great forward air on the ledge. That will take game 2. JJ up 2-0 here at Ignition number 67 on the verge of a bracket reset. And you know, if you're Dan, like, when you're in this position, sometimes you're just like, let's just get the clean slate. I'm down 2-0. I don't want to do a reverse 3-0 in a row necessarily.
Like, again, running it back to Smashville, though. Obviously, Dan thinks he's got something to prove on this stage.
All right, Dan, let's see what you got. If he loses this game on Smashville and then he plays the next set entirely on Smashville and gets 3-0'd again, I will question his decision making. But you know, this is Dan. Dan knows way more than I do about this game. He's here for a reason, and that's why I'm just talking about it.
Oh man, missed that.
All right,
really good pivot grab.
Again, Mario's so explosive. That's an advantage he has to take in this matchup, being able to apply crazy damage. But whoa, JJ! The weight and the dare. Speaking of explosive, JJ was clearly listening to me.
JJ's just ready to get this reset under his belt, man. I love the sound of perfect shields in the morning.
You know, maybe Dan could do a little bit more jabs. Like, maybe some of these punishes that Dan's looking for, like some grabs, maybe they aren't actually there, and he needs to just go for some of these littler punishes, like just some jabs.
Oh, I think he heard.
Like there, he was looking for a jab to like a reset of some kind.
Right.
But sometimes you just gotta take what's guaranteed. Like we saw him looking for tons of those forward airs in games 1 and 2, and he's like, he might be losing ground not taking guaranteed damage.
Oh man, gets 1 and 3 on that. Not enough to kill though. Dan at 90%, and if JJ gets this kill here, this last stock, it is going to be the reset.
And Dan's getting a little fishy when he is in these neutral situations. That's costing him. He's already at 116. He can't afford to give JJ another inch.
I like
but
that
here comes a grab.
Beefy up B he did to hit JJ with at least 2 or 3 of those coins.
There it is. A 2-stock reverses the momentum all the way. Completes that reversal of momentum that JJ started in game 1. And that's going to be a 3-0 bracket reset.
With the reset here, as you said, JJ, Smashville again, do you think? I hope not. It's surprise.
All right, Dan, what do you got? Show me something new. You've got a lot of work. Like, he started out hot even in game 3. Started out hot, but it just wasn't enough. JJ turned it around with the spike. And, like, JJ is just so on point right now.
Danny gonna get some good damage in here with these up tilts, but not quite connecting on that up air.
Ooh, nice nair. Sneaking that out before that up smash could even start its animation. Looking to get maybe a jab lock there of some kind. That would have been an explosive start.
Ooh, that was actually a nice little mix-up there for JJ to go for that banana. Kind of unconventional to retreat to that. Ooh, man, to retreat to that platform when you already don't have much stage control.
It's one thing I love when Marios do against Diddy Kongs is that just short out. Oh, but I love that too. Just ripping the forward smash. He needed that. He needed to get the first stock in this reset. Otherwise, he was in trouble.
There is some momentum in Dan's name here. He didn't have a jump. That was a free grab from JJ.
What I was trying to say before this set got pretty crazy is I love when Marios do that fireball off the stage.
Hold up.
Versus Diddy Kongs.
We just saw a nair from JJROCKETS. You know what that means. He's feeling himself. This man only nairs when he is like confident. From what I've seen, he may not even know he's doing it.
Zenodo used to say that he only naired as a misinput, like 100% of the time. But lately Zenodo has found some very good practical applications for nair. Nair is a move that actually has a lot of utility for JJ, if he can find it. But right now, JJ, he just needs to find a way to steal the stock here. Forward throw not going to be enough to do it. Dan finding a way back on stage with that nair.
178% here. This is prime up tilt territory, but back throw
also will do it.
Yes, sir.
And you know that's the thing about JJ. Sometimes when he loses that stock, but it doesn't matter. The JV to seal it up. Excellent play here for Dan. He really needed to get on the board first. It was so imperative. Like there was just so much momentum in JJ's corner.
Right.
That finding that gimp on the barrels was exactly what he needed.
Dan kind of taking a second to say, sit down, my friend. There's a lot of game left.
This battle of the long hairs, man. It can go back and forth. Like I said, you know, JJ is no stranger of dumpstering Dan in some games. We saw that in the first set. Dan is no stranger to dumpstering JJ. Like, they can just get in each other's head and find these reads. And JJ will be the one to switch the counter pick. We got Battlefield coming out. For JJ,
I've heard. Oh,
buddy,
man. Oh.
The threat of the spike was enough.
Well, there's that.
Boom.
I don't even have like what he. Oops.
Sometimes the threat of the spike is the phantom spike, dude. And this is another quick 27% coming out here for Dan. That forward are gonna put JJ on the board, but the lap's already complete. And Dan, you know, this is Mario on Battlefield.
Yeah, I don't know about this counter pick. I will just boldly say I mean I would have gone there, but then again, JJ knows a lot more.
Well, look at JJ. Like he got his first hit like 10 seconds ago, and he's already got 88%. Well, this is the wall. We've seen this before.
Oh man,
the Great Wall of JJ. I said the Great Wall of Luma before, but the Great Wall of JJ is just in effect, and Dan needs to find a way to sneak past these bananas. And he tried to like perfect pivot forward smash.
I saw that.
That was cheeky.
I like everything.
The technical term is cheeky. Put that one in your back pocket. That's a really great commentator word. Is cheeky.
Cheeky.
I'm sure that Silent Doom uses it. He's British. All right.
Is that racist?
No. Get out of here. All right.
Up air is going to connect. Monkey feet bringing him all the way up to the magnifying glass, but Dan going to answer with some grab combos of his own. JJ grabs him right out of the fair.
Again, Dan just loves those fairs right now. He is all about that life.
That was actually a quick grab on that banana. That was very, very good button mashing there, but the back air going to take it.
Say it with me. Nice back air.
I'm going to say it. Oh, man. All right. 2 up airs. All he's going to take off that. Didn't attempt to wait for an air dodge or spike or anything like that.
All right. That's the Dan special. Look at that. I like that. Mario does that little skatey, slidey pivot back.
Yeah.
Turn around forward smash. That's a Dan special. Classic Dan. And now look at that.
Sick Dan.
We had a 2-0 JJ. Now we have a 2-0 Dan. The run back working out pretty well here for the E2C'sman.
Yes, sir. JJ did get the reset, but Dan is just denying any sort of win here. for JJ, so JJ really needs to kick it in a high gear going into game 3 here. They just had to talk with Sage, I believe, about stage choice.
JJ just won 3 games in a row against Dan, so it is definitely not impossible.
It is not.
And JJ can win 3 games in a row against anyone in our scene if he finds it. And it looks like they were probably asking about DSR. And DSR resets on the bracket reset. So
Right.
JJ technically in this bracket reset has not won a game on Smashville, even though he won 3 games in a row.
Dan was actually asking about if you can go to a stage that you've banned. And I know at E2C events, you guys use sticky bans. At Ignite, they are not sticky bans. It is bans reset after each game to stay in line with the national scene.
All right, well, here we go, though. That means that Smashville is a play, it looks like. Either way, whether DSR or bans, it looks like we're going to make it back here. I know we had some confusion about that in the Chicago Smash 4 group, so it's good to have that clear how Ignite versus Poplar work.
Yeah.
Dan looking for that double jump fair again and pressuring with the dash attack, that long-lasting hitbox, catching the neutral get up. Whoa! Not enough to get the semi-spike hitbox in the corner. JJ making it back.
JJ actually taking a healthy 105% here to Dan's 46.
That was an unsafe banana pull, and he's going to pay for it with a back throw. The get-up attack going to land, though. And right now, Dan is just putting on great pressure with the back air. That is going to put him up on stock in this last game. This could be JJ's tournament stock. Whoa, okay. We got landing cape.
Landing cape is actually, that's a viable option, man.
It's a very viable option when JJ throws banana.
Yes, sir.
And that leads to a quick little 36%. All right, yeah. Dan has slowed down his punishes here. He knows when to go for just those little jabs. They're quick, a little 8%, I believe. Very viable punish. Frame 2.
Mario Bros are frame 2 jabs. Oh man, floating right over with that banana, 109% here. JJ has a little bit of a mountain to climb here in this game 3.
He can climb it. We've seen him do it before.
He absolutely can climb it. It's beyond the realm of possible.
And Dan, just look at that spacing on the forward smash on landing. Not at all expected. JJ gonna take a big hit. Covering the landing with fireballs, very smart. Especially with that
really
taxi
good
platform.
fireballs, yeah. That was a very safe landing there. And all Dan needs to do is get one more stock, and that is tournament stock, and he will be the grand champion here.
Yeah, we're seeing Dan play so safe with his landing. Like, he does not mind taking that fireball. Even that fireball trade that loses him the stock, that's an extra 5%. That's damage he doesn't have to do later in order to get JJ to kill percent.
Oh man, JJ looking for a
Did you just ledge cancel that dare?
I think he did.
That was weird.
That was
All right.
goofy. I've never seen that before. But either way, now Dan is in control of the banana. Let's see what he does with it here.
Waits
Looking for an
for a
air
dare.
dodge. Oh man, he wanted it, and that is going to do it.
There you go. We have trading 3-0 sets here at Ignition. Number 67. That's going to make Dan your grand champion. JJROCKETS going to have to settle for a second place.
Right, guys. Dan giving the thumbs up as he leaves the room.
Very well played by both players.
Yeah, extremely good stuff there.
And, I kind of alluded to it. I was like, these guys can just trade body bags of each other.
Yeah.
And the first set was a body bag for JJ. Second was the adaptation body bag for Dan.